What's up? Welcome back. This is
We're
episode 3
of season 2.
Yes.
Finally, you'll have a season 2 lah.
Yeah.
Blame
Somehow
that motherfucker over there.
we cancelled you, bro. I don't know why we brought you back.
Actually, you're the one who said we are
Yeah.
never bringing back Joshua on the first episode.
But that's what they all say.
Speaking of which, guess who's right between us today? Please introduce yourself,
please
sir.
introduce yourself.
Hi, this is the greatest ever podcast guest on Chill and Spill. Fuck Vika and who else have come to the show?
Only Vika. Actually, just Vika and him, right?
Oh yeah.
We only had,
Then fuck Vika. Hi, this is Joshua Michael. And you're watching Chill and Spill.
ChillNSpill Podcast.
Alright guys, welcome back. So episode 3 of Chill and Spill season 2. So before that, quick recap of episode 2. Porn addiction.
Yes.
Mad response.
You said you missed out on that episode?
I wish you all invited me for that episode lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
means you're saying you watch porn, is it?
you still watch.
Am I supposed to lie?
I do people in their 30s still watch porn?
I think people in their 30s need porn at this point.
But yeah, thank you for all the love and support. Give that video a thumbs up if you've yet to check out episode 2 of season 2, which
Yes.
is porn addiction. If you have a porn addiction, go check that video out.
If you don't, also go check the video
Yeah.
out. Because you're really making it a very niche audience thing.
Yeah, I mean,
if you have a porn
we
addiction.
dropped some bangers in there, bangers.
All right, let's move on to this week's episode,
Yeah.
which is what is this week's episode, KIRTAN RAJ?
Episode 3, working out,
Working out.
fitness, being fit, going to the gym,
Then why you all
being
invited
physically
me?
active. That's why I asked Taneshh the same thing before we started it. Are you sure you want to bring it to Sean?
It's like calling you for like a math quiz or something.
You could have just sat here in the center, hold the mic yourself, and talk the whole time.
That's true.
Why did you
that's
have
true.
us here?
No, I want to be humble.
you all didn't get my joke. Inviting me for a fitness like a topic is like inviting him for a math quiz.
I got the joke. I just decided
I
to
wanted-
push it
The
aside.
idea is that KIRTAN is a dumb fuck. Like,
No,
he
like-
worked out all the other parts of his body.
Yeah.
I have a
Except his
degree in engineering.
Are you an engineer?
From Petronas.
Are you an engineer?
Yeah, body engineer.
As I was saying. Anyway, I was going to ask something. Anyway, the reason why we're doing this is because we don't talk about fitness. So we have KIRTAN there and then we have the both of us here so that you can look at the contrast and then that's when you realize fitness is
when
important
you work
in
out your
life.
brain versus when you work out your body.
Yeah. So
Correct.
you decide which you want.
As you can see on the table, it's 2 for 1. So, all right. What are we going to talk about? Fitness.
Okay, first things first. Do you guys work out?
I
Clearly no. But
It
just
depends on,
I'm asking for formality's sake.
I'm looking for a good trainer that can motivate me to
Work out consistently, right?
For that, you come to the gym on time first. That's step 1. I
No,
think.
it's all because of the trainer.
Yeah.
The trainer is that's the reason we're not coming on time.
But to answer your question, I try, especially over the last, I want to say 3 years. I try.
4 years.
4 years.
2019.
Yeah.
Jeez.
4 years.
That's insane.
I think ever since COVID hit, I think that was a huge like an eye opener for a lot of people, I'm sure, but for me especially, like okay, I realized, hey, you know what? Looks like I'm about to like become like 30 plus and die soon, so might as well lengthen that bit and
To 40.
Die later.
Stupid joke. Not stupid, but morbid ass joke. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was 2019, I think. Since both of us actually started, and I remember we didn't even plan to start, right?
No.
We just went to the gym and we just pressed the equipment.
Just I remember Mathu calling us at like 7:45 on a random Tuesday.
Yeah.
And said, y'all be ready. I'm coming to your apartment's gym. I'll teach y'all how to work out.
Because he was working out that time. He was too excited about
He
it.
just wanted
Okay.
to teach someone.
He had all this knowledge and he's like, I don't want to just be the student. I want to be the Sifu already.
Yeah.
And then we went to the gym. Then we tried out all the equipment. Eventually decided we'll just do cardio. That's all we want to do.
For the
We were
rest of,
comfortable
like, a
just
year.
running on the treadmill an hour every day. We did it every day for a good
Every day,
3-4
Monday
months.
to-
And you continued,
yeah.
right?
Oh, that's insane, man.
Yeah. And then someone decided he has to fucking come in and join us and
Ruin our lives forever.
Yeah,
Was
exactly.
it me?
No?
Yeah.
I don't recall joining y'all. I just implemented an idea. I was like, guys, we can do this.
How did you come into the picture, by the way?
It was actually after the dashing video shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We did. I think it was like a campaign ad that we did for like a brand.
Yeah.
And then I think I needed like someone with like as I said, like someone who worked out their body more than their brain. Like we had to look dumb, like like just a person who works out. So we thought, around our circle, who looks dumb but nice body. I'm kidding. And then I think we got in touch with you, and then you came in for the show. It was the first time meeting you in person, I think.
Yeah.
And we shot in the gym also.
We shot in the gym, apartment gym.
And then just like, I think, did we bring it? I think we brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we brought up that. Then you say like, you guys work out and stuff. Then I said no.
Okay. Shall we put up the picture that we took in the gym that day?
Yeah.
The first ever picture we
the
took.
picture that you guys seeing right now is the first ever picture we took on that day. We decided the two of us were going to join up with KIRTAN and basically restart our fitness journey.
Yeah, we all watched Mark Anthony.
Yeah.
Remember, the son will call the father. At this point, like, I wish I could call that guy and said, Hapa!
But that was easily, I think, March of 2020.
2021.
Ah, okay.
2021. Yeah, that was March of 2021. That's how we started. This is how we are now. So you guys can take a look and see if we made any progress, if we went backwards or whatever the hell it is.
Okay, listen, you guys have made insane progress actually. And let's just give a little bit of our personal stories here as well.
Okay.
So when you started in 2019. What about you, Taneshh? In 2019 also when Matu gave you the call?
Yeah.
Okay, then after that, Matu decided to stop, is it? What happened?
No, Matu just taught us what he knew.
So he passed on the knowledge and he retired.
And then he was like, I'm done, now you all do this shit.
Sounds right.
I mean, he was done teaching us, like, he still continued his thing.
Okay, that's
to be fair.
Yeah, okay, no, that's good. That's good. And so you guys were very much into cardio first, like you mentioned. You're doing cardio every day. So cardio, basically, for those of you out there, it's more of like your treadmills or your runs.
Yeah.
I think back then when I was watching your stories, you're doing
Stairs.
like a lot of stairs, bro. Like 15
that
flights
was
of
lockdown.
stairs.
So I started off like at the gym doing cardio every day. To an extent, I just walk on the treadmill every day. And then the lockdown came, and then I was, that I think not many people can relate this, but maybe you guys can. If when you go through a phase in life where you go to gym every day, like when you sweat every day, and then suddenly you can't, you go into like this I would say like a anxious feeling where, oh shit, I'm not working out today, I'm not sweating. So I went through that like crazy during lockdown.
Especially because at that time there was nothing else you could do.
Nothing else to do, and going to the gym or working out was my only sense of accomplishment. I felt like, oh, today I burned 400 calories, today I burned 300 calories.
Okay.
Suddenly when they locked down, the gym was closed and I couldn't do anything. So I had to like sneak out of my my condo, and then luckily for me, right in front of my condo is like the stairs, the emergency exit, emergency stairs. So I used to like, screw it, the guards wouldn't see me. So I used to sneak out at like around 11 p.m. every night. To just like walk down up and stairs, just so that my Apple Watch says I've burned a few hundred calories. So that was my sense of accomplishment. So
that's pretty cool.
That's also around the time you made content out of that thing.
Correct,
and
correct.
that sort of became like and a lot of people started doing the same stuff as well, right?
Which is amazing.
Which actually sort of that I think that is the time that your social media really blew up as well, and now you get to do what you're doing. So fitness, if you do get into fitness, you can become like Joshua Michael. Yeah. And do
broke and trying to do a series.
That's where you promote Badab.
it needs no promotion, bro.
Wait, why?
That's how big it is.
Badab is coming out in about 2 weeks or so. By the time this episode drops, Badab season 2. Okay, carry on.
Yeah. Okay, so since you said cardio, now you're doing weights. Basically, you're lifting weights now in the gym.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have this idea or misconception, basically. Cardio is better than weights in terms of fat loss, or is weights better than cardio in terms of fat loss? A lot of people are unsure, unaware. So before I actually kind of bust the myth, I want to ask you personally. This is a very personal preference thing. Yeah, bust the nut.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of
the porn addiction.
Sorry, my bad. Carry on.
Yeah.
What do you want to ask?
And what I wanted to ask is for you personally, because you've done both now.
Yeah.
You basically have your good amount of experience in cardio, doing it for a couple of years. You've even done stairs and all this stuff. And now you've been lifting weights and all for a couple of years as well. Yeah. So which do you prefer on a personal level?
Before you do that, I want some clickbaity stuff for the teaser. So can you tell the audience maybe the two audience who don't know, how much weight you lost in your weight loss journey?
So when I started, right, again, I'm this is like a information I've shared to that. So if you follow me, but if you don't,
except for the two fellas out there.
Yeah. When I was at my heaviest, I was around 175 kgs, and that was then the lockdown time. So I decided, you know what, do this. I needed to do something. I needed to live longer. So I lost about almost 70 plus 70 kgs. So when I did that cardio, when I was doing cardio almost every day for about 365 days every day. I burnt about, I mean, again, this is roughly on my Apple Watch. I usually burn about like 400 calories a session. I lost about 70 kgs.
So you dropped down to
105.
Okay. But at one point you did
my
drop
lowest
down to
was
double
90.
digit.
My lowest was about 96.
Okay.
But that process was about 70 odd kgs.
Kgs.
And then I met KIRTAN. And then my body went through different types of things.
Correct.
But
So at that point it was just pure cardio,
pure
right?
cardio.
All right. And then back to
So
Ketan's question.
yeah, to answer your question, which one I enjoy most, to be very honest, it depends. It depends because when I first started, I didn't know anything about working out. I didn't know anything about fitness. So my logic is, and this is how I grew up, because my dad, just to give you context, my dad is someone who took his health very seriously, even until now. So my dad used to be the person who, even at the age of 50, used to go out for a jog every evening. And and I used to be that son who hates being dragged to run, and my dad will drag me. I was that fat child who doesn't want to do anything. So I used to hate that process. So growing up, I thought the only way to lose weight is to just go for a run, which is not wrong technically. But so when I started my fitness journey, I thought, okay, just go for a run. Cardio in that sense would help. So at that point, I really enjoyed cardio because that's the only thing I could do at that point. Only new thing I knew to do. Then after that, I started lifting weight. To answer your question, that wasn't your question, right? Your question, which I enjoyed most. I genuinely think I enjoy weightlifting. I enjoy lifting weights more than cardio, only because I see progress in a different way.
Okay.
I know I used to think losing weight is progress. Actually, losing weight is not progress. Losing weight is a result of burning fat. But I used to think, this week I am 105. Next week I should be 104. That's progress. But I used to feel weak every single week. I never felt confident. I used to think losing weight was a way to be confident.
Yeah.
But I used to, like, without my shirt on, I used to feel like, wow, I look quite sick. People used to come up to me and say, you look very sick and stuff like that. Then when I started doing weights, even if my weight went up, I realized that, hey, okay, my shoulders are looking slightly better. I do have some definition to my shoulders, or my I can see my hips sort of like going smaller. So those are things I enjoyed more. So to answer your question, I think I enjoy lifting weights.
I think also it really also depends on, like, I mean, enjoying, yes, but also like it depends on where someone is in their like physical fitness journey or physical status at that point, right? Like for someone like you who was like 175, yes, strength training and all that would be good, but losing that amount of fat first was, I think, way more important at that point. I feel like to drop all of that, and then when you get to a certain level, and then KIRTAN, correct me if I'm wrong here, this is just how I sort of see it. I think at that point it was major progress. I think if you didn't lose that weight, you wouldn't have then thought about the next stage, which is now I want to put on muscles and stuff like that. I feel so I think that was like genuinely was, and for me also at that time I was like 95 or something like that. We both came back from India having had all that biryani, and we were like, holy shit, we look like shit. Yeah. And even for me, it was losing cardio and losing weight, and I dropped all the way down to 70. I remember that's the lowest I've been, and I was skinny as hell. That's the lowest I've been. Now I'm like 80 something, but I feel like I still look better than I was when I was 70. So that's when that weight training and where KIRTAN comes in and starts doing weight training, and your muscles and all that stuff comes in. Yeah. So KIRTAN, you wanted to meet that bust a
nut.
Yeah, I'll bust some nuts right now.
Which is more important?
Okay,
which one should they throw in the fucking dustbin and do the other one?
Okay, so that's why I ended the question with on a personal level, because it really comes down to personal preference. Because when you do cardio, you are working a lot more on your lung capacity, your stamina, basically, endurance based and all. When you're doing weights, you're working a little bit more on hypertrophy, strength, conditioning and all that. You're still working your stamina and all that, depending how intense you do your exercises.
Hypotherapy, na?
Okay.
Hypotherapy, na? Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus, they will give you therapy.
So, but like this.
Can I ask you one thing? Is sex good cardio?
It's amazing.
I'm not asking if sex is amazing for you. I'm asking, is it good cardio or not?
It's really good cardio.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. You wouldn't know.
Virgin boys.
Okay,
sorry, carry on with your point.
No, okay, but so it comes down to personal preference. Let's just say someone comes up to me like, bro, I want to lose fat. So I'm like, okay, so what are you? Your goal is to lose fat, but do you have a preference? Are you a bit more of a cardio-based person? Do you enjoy runs, jogs, and stuff like that, or high intensity kind of stuff? Or are you more towards, you know what, I don't have a preference? Then if that's the case, I would say go to the gym, but you have to implement a little bit of both.
Okay.
You should never like neglect one completely. All right. Even though I hate cardio, I'm not a fan of it. But you should never neglect it. You should have the best of both worlds.
Right.
So it comes down to what your priorities are, or what your preferences are. Some people will come to me and like, bro, I want to lose fat because I have a marathon to run. So if that's the case, ideally, logically speaking, you would lean more towards like cardio-based exercises, workouts, treadmills, runs and stuff like that. And then secondary becomes like weightlifting.
Okay.
But if someone comes and tell me, bro, I want to lose fat, but at the same time, I also want to look a bit more fit, lean, I want to have a bit more muscle mass, then okay, primarily, it's going to be more towards the weight side. And when I say weights, it's more like resistance training. It doesn't necessarily have to be the gym. It can also be calisthenics like at home, bodyweight workouts. It can be as simple as just having a couple of dumbbells.
Calisthenics, because a lot of people don't know.
Oh, calisthenics is basically, sorry guys, okay. That was a bit too quick there. Calisthenics is basically, so it's too quick for Joshua. So calisthenics is basically is basically you're doing body weight workouts. You're doing it. You can do it anywhere. You can do it at home. You can do it at a park, depending on you. As long as you're adding resistance or load to your muscle, you're adding tension to it. So you look at it like that. Yeah.
Resisting to eat, would that be considered California?
Yeah.
No, that one.
Like resisting, like.
Doesn't count? Okay, I'm gonna come at you now. As
you're
one of
coming
your.
at me, of course.
Sorry, I keep thinking about episode 2. Anyway, I'm now one of your a random potential client who just walked in. Okay.
Okay.
So now you gotta advise me what to do. Okay. Hold on, I'm quite fat, so it's taking some time to walk in. I'm just painting a picture for you guys.
Okay.
How would this go?
I'm imagining it.
Sorry, sir. Just got up the stairs.
This reminds me like just the first day we met.
do that again. Let's role play.
So two clients, is it?
Yeah, I am the. I'm an existing client.
You're an existing client. You're
He's
the personal
he's,
trainer.
He's counseling me, and then you walk in.
I'm the new client who just walked
We're
in.
in my office. Okay. How's your day been? Oh, hi, bro.
KIRTAN Raj.
Yes. Care Fitness.
Care Fitness. I want to get 6 packs like you, Hawa.
6 packs like me.
Get better trainer.
Okay, bye.
Give me the number later.
That was it.
He's supposed to be my client.
That's why I told him better client.
What kind of a client is this?
Sir, so I feel like I look. That will throw me off.
Solunga bro.
I finally feel like I think I finally acknowledged that I look like shit.
Okay.
Like to myself, I don't know what other people think, but I
they
think
agree.
I look like shit.
I agree as well. But
Okay.
this enlightenment
Can
came.
you give me 5 minutes? I'm gonna go cry and come back.
No.
But I want to look better.
Okay.
Okay. So how?
So how you want to look
Rebirth.
better?
I don't know. Have you ever considered that option?
Plastic surgery. There's another option.
That's expensive. Rebirth is easy. You can just die.
Subang's friendly neighborhood personal trainer, you guys. And influencer.
Okay. In seriousness, then the first thing I would ask you is, for example, how's your eating habit? How's your eating habit, da?
I have a habit of eating.
You have a habit of eating.
Yes.
Can clearly tell.
Yes. So in the morning when I wake up, I will wake up around 1 o'clock like that.
That's
and
not
That's
1
not
a.m., 1 p.m. What is this?
that's why you need to fix everything for me, sir.
Okay,
not just that.
okay.
I assume you're a personal trainer who will train me in every sense. Correct or not? No.
I'm not a life coach like that.
Okay, maybe try to be one. Okay. Anyway, I wake up 1 o'clock. I have like one nasi lemak.
Okay.
Because the lady down there sells one fucking nice nasi lemak. The sambal, sweet and...
she also wakes up late, is it? She says it's around 1 o'clock.
No,
What fuck of a machi nasi lemak is
It is
that?
the Michin Midi nasi lemak.
Is the machi that calls you sayang, right?
Yeah.
Hi, sayang.
That's the only machi who likes to call me
sayang.
sayang. Only person who calls me sayang. So I have one nasi lemak. And then for lunch, about 2 hours after that, I go eat like, you know the banana leaf in Subang there, the one I have. And then with the chicken extra, two chicken. Okay. And then...
Should try the fish cutlet also.
that one also, yes.
Yeah.
And then in the evening, I have 1 cup of tea. Pre-evening, I have 1 cup of tea. And then post-evening, around 7-8 o'clock, I have 1 cup of coffee with, tawa biscuit? I have about 15 of those.
The classics.
Yes. And then sometimes at night around 3 a.m. I'll have like just a little bit, like night time. So light meal.
Post dinner.
Yeah, no, that's
Supper.
dinner.
Supper.
Oh, that's dinner.
Yes, that's dinner.
Oh.
Supper sometime. If I'm staying awake until 5 o'clock, then maybe.
Okay.
Around 3 a.m. I'll have like, just light meal, one nasi ayam from the Chinese uncle. That's all.
Chinese uncle, 3 a.m.
Which stupid Chinese uncle said nasi ayam at 3
I
o'clock?
buy in the afternoon.
Oh.
Because I need to eat diet, like, like
You meal prep lah.
Yeah,
Meal prep.
I saw your stories that you said
Chicken rice.
chicken rice, get nice protons, you say. So I buy in the afternoon and keep and then eat at night time, 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So that's my eating habit. So what to do now?
Okay, your eating habit is actually not that bad. Okay.
I
will tell you.
I'll tell
you why it's not that bad. Because a lot of people have this misconception. This is the first thing. You have, if you want to look a certain way, you have to eat a certain way. You have to practice certain habits, right? You waking up a certain hour and all, that's not really an issue. It just comes down to how much you maximize your time during the day and during the night when you're awake. Okay. Secondly, in terms of food intake, it's all about caloric intake, macro intake. Macro intake basically means your macronutrients.
Okay.
Protein, carbohydrates, and fats.
Proton.
Yeah, proton.
Okay, nice.
Okay. So 1 gram of protein is 4 calories.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do some maths education for you all right now.
Okay.
1 gram of carb is 4 calories.
Okay.
1 gram of fat is 9 calories.
Fat is the winner.
Yeah, fat is the winner. But here's the thing.
So
So
I
when
win
you
the
add
day in
all
life.
of this up,
Okay.
when you do the maths, that's how you get your calories in total for the day.
Okay.
All right. So let's just say whatever you just mentioned to me, but whatever you consume like nasi lemak, chicken rice, and all that. The reality of it is your nasi lemak is just rice with some sambal and maybe some cucumber at the side and stuff like that. Okay. So if you eat within your caloric intake for the day, you're normally good to go.
What is within caloric intake?
Let's just say your caloric intake for the day is
Tell
2000.
me in a way that I understand.
Okay.
I'm a dumbass.
I'm throwing numbers out there. This is just random numbers. Let's just say your body burns 2000 calories a day. Example, 2000 in a day with you doing whatever you do on a day-to-day basis. This is including your activity levels.
Okay.
All right. So if you consume anything within this 2000,
Okay.
you're good to go.
Okay.
You're fine. You're not going to gain fat. However, if you consume anything above that, let's just say you consume 2200. So there's a surplus of 200 calories.
Okay.
So your body is going to be like, oh, Taneshh is eating an extra
So
200.
the sir will look a bit plus.
Yes.
Yes.
And I like how you put that. But that's what happens. So your body will understand that and then it starts to store that excess energy as fat.
Right.
That's how the body works, Okay?
So sir, you're telling me if I eat more than I use, then I get fat.
Yes, correct.
You're telling me you didn't understand that until now.
I am the character. Please.
He's still playing the character.
Okay.
I hope so. He's covering
And
it
if
at
I
this
use more than I eat, I lose weight.
point. Yes, correct. So it's all about energy
So
here.
do I use more or do I eat less?
Okay, good question. So you need to use you have to use your energy levels to a certain extent. That means you got to be active. That's why a lot of people out there, when it comes to personal trainers or fitness people, fitness enthusiasts and all that, they always say be a bit more active.
Okay.
It can be as simple as, let's just say if you're in your 50s and you have arthritis and you can't really work out or that's not really an option, then you just be a bit more active in the sense where you move a little bit more.
Okay.
You get in a little bit more steps.
Party out there watching in the background. I know you want your daughter and your son to change it to Sun TV, but they're watching something called ChillNSpill Podcast. Just get up and walk around for the next half an hour. When you come back,
you're just
you
being
would
a bit
have
more
made
active.
calories.
So you
Correct.
just moving a little bit more, increasing your steps is equivalent to you burning more calories because you're using more energy.
Nice.
So of course in one day nothing's going to happen.
Okay.
You got to do it over time. So how long is that over time? Well, you need to go through a trial and error phase. Because
long?
with everyone it varies. Some people lose a good amount of weight in a month. Some people lose a good amount of weight in 2 months. But the goal at the end of the day is not really weight loss. You want to look at fat loss.
Okay.
That's the purpose here. So for example, let me bring back Joshua's story, my client, my good client.
Oh, you're this existing client.
My existing client.
Sorry.
Yeah.
While we were talking, he should have been working out, right?
Yeah.
You're just standing there listening,
That's
watching
right.
us.
Day. Workout, faster workout.
Sir, put your phone in silent in the gym, sir.
Phone in the gym.
Okay.
Adi.
Okay, sir. You want to tell me, ask me something about
So,
client?
he lost a good amount of weight at the start, like he said, right? He lost 70 plus kilos and all that. Lots of cardio. So what happened is, you see, at that time, he had a certain lifestyle, a very sedentary lifestyle. That means he just sat, ate, did nothing with his life. And probably going to die in his 30s, like he said. Okay?
You said
and
that,
then, you said that, not me. Okay.
I was worried.
So,
Good job.
and
Now I'm more worried. lah.
so what he did after that was he made a transition. Suddenly he started doing cardio. So for his body, it's like, hey, Joshua, what are you doing? Why suddenly are you moving so much more? Suddenly you're burning more.
Calm down, sir.
And then your food intake, suddenly he's decided to clean it up. No longer like too much of food, suddenly it's just reduced. So that means you're using so much more energy, you're consuming so much more
So
lesser.
you do it both at the same time.
You do it both at the same time, okay? But you don't want to go very aggressive from the very start unless you have something coming up. In 3 months, I'm getting married. Bro, I need to lose 20 kilos. You can go a bit more
You
aggressive.
thought for a moment in 3 months getting married,
Yeah.
right? Because you thought you already got married. The
I did.
Instagram
I already
post,
got
yeah.
married. Can
Yeah.
you like shake my hand a bit?
Went
please? Shake
to
my hand.
palace, brought home
I-
a queen.
Shake my hand, please.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Shake my hand also, please.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you guys will
Must
come to
be
my
nice.
squad one day. It's amazing.
Are you transferring him his Muyi?
Oh, thank you.
Transferring Aaron his money.
But yeah, so basically, you see, in his case scenario, he became more active. Started controlling his food intake. Controlling in a sense where, okay, I used to be very free with what I eat. Now I restrict certain foods. So what happens is basically when you're eating out most of the time, you get a lot of unnecessary calories in. Like from the randomest stuff, you know, like you go to your mama, it can be as simple as I can be a bit more smarter with my choice. Maybe if I do have rice, a bit of curry, a bit of a chicken, some veggie done.
Okay.
But a lot of people, they be like, banje
Sotong?
that, banje this, that, like your case lah. So you add a lot more sotong. Sotong and all is not unhealthy, it's fine. But you get with the
Too much of it
gravy,
lah.
so a lot of calories come with that. Then at the side, it's not even water, it's going to be like your teh lima ice, Milo ice. So even a Milo ice is easily 200-300 calories or 100 to 200.
Coca-Cola?
I actually once read in my like fitness early on fitness journey, right? So I used to like try to research. This is way before I met KIRTAN, or you know, like I tried doing this in a very layman's way, like just reading up.
Do
stuff
your own
and all that.
research, Google stuff.
Correct. And I read like one quote. I wouldn't say a quote, but one sentence which sort of changed my entire life about. I mean, my perception about living healthily. That statement, it was like a paragraph, but when I was reading it about, you know, at the end of the day, it's what KIRTAN said. It's about eating within your calories. If you think about it, not every food is bad. Even bad food, like even someone I even read like eating like your fast food. Like everybody thinks eating fast food is bad. Actually, no. If you eat fast food and the fast food is within that caloric number
goal
of that
for the
day,
day. Yeah.
you won't put on weight. Like like one fried chicken wouldn't like ruin your life or shit like that. But one thing that paragraph say is never drink your calories. And like I didn't understand it. Like, what does that even mean? That then when I thought about it, it says you have, let's say you can eat about 1,500 calories a day. Don't never you can eat it, because eating it means you get the energy out of it. You get the proteins out of it. You get, even if it's fried chicken, there's still some level of protein there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Also, it fills you up more because volume.
Even if let's say a fried chicken from a fast food, like it's got 600 calories, I'm assuming, but it's still some level of protein and stuff into it, though it's fats and all the other thing that comes with it. But don't drink your calories.
Okay, I'll give you a reason why actually they say that. So when you're really dieting down and all that, right, you're restricting your calories already. So why they say don't drink, even I as a coach, I would actually recommend this to my clients. Don't consume liquid calories. The main reason is only being because you're already restricting your calories. That means you're eating a bit more lesser now. So liquid calories is normally not really going to fill you up.
Correct.
It's not because there's no benefits to it. Like for example, if you do a protein shake, there's benefits to it because you're getting protein.
No, but what that paragraph meant was like, don't drink. For example, like if you're eating something, don't drink like a. Because I used to be I am still, but I used to be like a crazy coffee drinker. Like a day, easily 5 cups. Like I drink more coffee than water in a day. Like, because for me, like every time if I'm thirsty, I would rather than going up
Go
to
for
my
coffee.
to water filler,
Yeah.
I'll just make coffee, because coffee is for me is that buffer between my meals.
Between meals,
And every time I go to a mama or a place to eat, I'll order like a cup of coffee with me as I'm eating, and that's what it meant. Like, don't waste your calories that you have. Let's say you only have this much calories. Don't waste it on liquid,
yes.
because you rather eat with that.
Yes.
Then I realized, shit, yeah, actually I can, so I stopped coffee for almost a year at that point. That helped me to like kind of maintain my calories and stuff like that. But like not drinking your calories actually helps also for you.
Correct.
Yes.
Like simple math wise, right? Let's say a Coke. Okay, this number is completely. I'm just throwing off the number. It might not be right. Don't sue me on this. Let's say a Coke is 300 calories. Let's just say lah. Okay. But the same 300 calories in like food would be like a lot more. Like it will fill you up a lot more. Like you make you feel full a lot more, correct? So that means like you can probably, let's say you're hungry and the only thing you get is like Coke. You can probably drink like 2 cans of Coke before you actually feel maybe full. But that's like 600 calories, let's just say. But if you eat like 300 calories worth of just food, maybe that alone will make you feel full. That means you feel full already, but your calorie intake for the day is like way
And
lesser.
plus, you don't get any. Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't get any nutritional benefits out of like drinking a Coke.
No,
For
you
example,
don't.
Coke
You
is
get
just sugar.
just
lah.
sugar.
Yeah.
But whereas a meal that has other nutrients in it, like other types of stuff, like it's actually a better choice for you.
Yeah.
So that's what the paragraph meant. Which is, again, I'm not saying what's right and wrong, but the way I looked at like losing weight. Because I used to feel like shit, I can't be like limiting my food.
Yeah.
I can't be controlling my calories like to a level where I go crazy. Then I realized actually I can do it by just not drinking calories.
Changing up habits a little
Slightly
bit,
more,
right?
but I still ate like normal. I used to like just to give you context. When I was losing weight, like this almost a kg a week, my food never changed. Like I was just still eating like chicken, and I reduced some of my carbs. But I was going on a very major keto diet at that point. But I just didn't drink any calories.
Right.
Yeah.
But the math works.
Math thing?
Something like that, right? It's
Yes.
like
Okay, so whatever you guys said is actually true. Okay, but when it comes to the health or nutrition side of it, you can go through so many.
ways.
You can look at it in so many ways. That's the thing, For example, like you said, just not the 300 calories when it comes to food. When it comes to food itself, there's something called calorie dense and nutrient dense.
okay.
So, for example,
Calorie
your
dense
food
and nutrient dense.
Nutrient
okay.
dense, basically, your food is going to be a lot more denser in nutrients, okay, and much more lesser in calories. So, for example, you see a lot of people out there when it comes to them dieting, or you see a lot of people put out information out there like, oh, like have a bowl of salad when they're dieting. This is the idea people have in their head. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
bowl of salad when you're dieting,
Yeah.
The reason being why people do that is because it's very nutrient dense.
Okay.
That means you can eat a whole bowl of salad. It might be about only 100 calories, because it's mostly greens.
Okay.
Okay. So it's going to be a lot more nutrient dense because there's a lot of nutrients in it, and it's going to keep you much more fuller because you're getting a lot of volume that comes with it.
Because vegetable got no calories, right?
No, you have calories.
But very
it's very
little.
less.
Very, very little.
Yeah.
All right.
It's lesser as compared to your other foods. Yeah.
Okay.
But let's just say that same example, if I were to do 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, the calories will be more than 1 whole bowl of salad. You see?
God
So it's
damn.
still food, right? It's still solid food. So that is what we call calorie dense. Your peanut butter is calorie dense. But not to say peanut butter is wrong. No, it's packed with healthy fats and all that. But it comes down to how you mix and match everything, and you go according to how your goal is. Because some people, they're not big eaters. They're not frequent eaters. They don't have a huge appetite. So calorie dense meals suit them better.
Okay.
Some people are very frequent eaters. So when they're dieting throughout the day, they get hungry so much more. So that's why a lot of people add a lot more vegetables to their food. You get more volume. Its fiber is going to keep you a bit more fuller as well.
Right.
But you need to always have a very good, well-balanced diet. A lot of people, the issue is, especially in Malaysia, they always think carbs is bad.
Carbs, as in
Rice
like
is
rice,
bad.
potatoes,
Yeah.
all the stuff,
You
right?
know, and
Starchy
carbs
stuff.
is not bad. Overconsumption of carbs is bad. It's two very different things, And when it comes to carbs, a lot of people in Malaysia, we overconsume it. Why? Because it's the most easily accessible.
Okay.
In terms of food intake. Wherever you go, you get carbs. Protein is not as easy. Even if you can get it, it's going to be deep fried or something like that. And even if you want to go for a cleaner or healthier one, it's 2 to 3 times more the price as compared to your carb intakes, you see.
Okay.
So in our country, we've been brought up in a certain way where our culture is majority of its carbs. The best food, Malay food is going to be like your nasi lemak. Best Indian food is apparently
Banana
like roti canai, banana leaf. It's all carb packed. Chinese food is like you go for your dinners and all that. It's mostly also
Noodles
carbs,
or
noodles and all this stuff. So
chicken
we
rice.
are brought up in such a way.
Yeah.
So that's just how our parameters are since we've been growing up.
Most
So
of
that's
us
where
just
our comfort
don't
zone
use.
is.
Most of us just don't use that
Yeah.
amount of calories that we actually consume.
Yes,
So we
correct.
just get-
And
we
it comes
put on
down to
weight.
our lifestyle. So in
Yeah.
Malaysia right now, because the economy is bad and all that, people are required to work even harder.
Right.
But most of our jobs are behind the desk. So you're eating more, you're more stressed out on top of that, and you're not moving around as much. It leads to weight gain over time, fat gain over time. And then you got to look at other aspects as well. Sleep is another very important factor a lot of people neglect. Sleep is like 6 to 8 hours every night is a must. Okay?
I sleep 5 o'clock, wake up 2 o'clock.
3 or 1 p.m.
To 1
So, yeah.
p.m. to get your nasi lemak.
Nasi lemak,
Yes,
yes.
correct. So,
So sleep is a very important factor.
Yeah.
Why? Because it helps with recovery. Let's just say you're training in the gym, or even if you're doing a cardio and all that, your muscle fibers are breaking down. Your body needs the rest to recover, to build the muscle tissue back up. So that's where sleep comes in very important. Staying hydrated is very important. Water intake as well. You see, with the hot weather is one thing.
Finish ready.
Damn
Because
it.
I drink more water.
I got coffee.
okay.
lah.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
this is another factor. Another reason why sleep is important is because it reduces your stress levels. There's something called cortisol in our bodies. Higher cortisol levels or higher stress levels lead to fat gain over time. It's not going to help with recovery as well. So that's why it's very important to understand, okay, when you talk about a healthy lifestyle, there's no point you eat well, but every other part of your lifestyle is shit.
Life is shit, right?
No point. So you have a good balance of everything. That's great because
That
you'll
sounds
see...
like quite hard to do though.
It's hard, but it's not impossible. That's the thing. So if you can find a way to manage it, and the only way to manage it is through priorities. So if my priority is like, okay, my work comes first, then my girlfriend, then my health, then you need to kind
Then
of
you're going to be single lah.
yeah, then you're going to be, But how you manage it, the thing is, if you're very healthy, a lot of people tell me this, bro, I'm so busy with work. Or bro, I'm caught up with this. I said, okay, I get it, you're busy with work. But imagine if you're actually 10 times healthier, your work will probably 10 times. You'll make 10 times more money.
More efficient and
because
shit
you're
like
so much
that,
more efficient. A lot of people don't look at it like that. They're more like, oh no, I have to do this, I have to do that first. That's like good, great and all that, But 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, you're like, oh shit, I should have done this in my 20s or 30s. So just take an hour out of your day. Be a bit more active. Not asking you to sign up for a gym. No, just go for your steps. Go for a walk.
You don't want people to sign up?
Link below for my online coaching.
let me flip the discussion a bit.
Okay.
So I want to go back in time, 2018, 2019. Joshua was about 27, 28. This is my daily routine. Okay, I used to work at a company, so which means I get up in the morning. I used to travel a lot to get to just even my desk, I mean my office. So which means I used to wake up at 6. Every day I get up, I go to the train station at about 7. I used to take a train at 7:30 from Rawang to all the way to KL Central. So those who have done this, you know what I mean. Like 7:30 to I reach KL Central by 8:15. Then I have to wait for another train. Then 8:30 I take another train to Subang. I have to cross the bridge, whatever life. And then 8:45 I reach. I take a bus to like my office. I get started at 9:10. Work until like 1. I go to Asia Cafe. I eat like some random mee goreng or whatever, and then I go back to office. I finish work at 6. I take a bus, go back to the train station, take the train, go back to Rawang. By the time I'm home, it's 10 p.m. Okay, and then I would have had some food at home. Maybe my mom would have cooked something. I eat. 11 I am asleep. Asleep. 11:30 I use my phone. By 11:45 I'm done. I wake up again at 6. Where the fuck am I supposed to lose weight, KIRTAN Raj?
Okay, so that's where it gets really tough for most people. Okay.
So which why then I should just stay fat, is it?
No, you shouldn't stay fat. No, it can be as simple as when I say be active, you're a little bit
Instead
active
of taking the train, walk from Rawang to Subang.
You read my mind.
Think, sir. The solution is always there.
Yeah, it's there.
When you think all the time, all you have to think are thoughts. Have you heard of that? When you think all the time.
Okay, but here's the thing. So a lot of people have that issue actually. Maybe not as aggressive as yours lah.
Yeah.
Coming back after 10 p.m.
But the point of that is again, mine's a the typical example. But what I'm saying is, for a lot of again, I speak for a lot of younger people. Maybe not me, but even people who are young. I'm sure watching this podcast and might not. See, they might not have have that flexibility of
course,
I will find an hour. Because to be very honest, I talk about myself. I am someone who's doing my own, I'm doing my own business. We are in control of our time sometimes. Yet I can't find that 1 hour.
We are a bit more. We can be flexible with it. Is what you mean?
I can choose. I can sort of like move things around because I'm the boss, right? But yet I can't find the time. I relate it to probably people who are watching this and people who are watching the podcast are obviously slightly younger than most of us, and they sort of like either they're working or they're studying. Most of them, I'm assuming, will be between that. How do they find time? Because I know a typical people in their 20s have a fixed routine. They unfortunately, if they're going to classes or they're going to work, they, especially if someone who used to work for someone or under a company, I know I have zero control over my time because most of my time is just spent moving to one place to another. So in that sense, how do someone like that
and them saying, நீ சொல்லுவடா நீ ஜிம்ல வேலை செய்யறடா.
Okay. So some people do say that, but here's the funny thing. I started it when I was a student as well, and I also did it when I was working as well. And one thing I've realized, it all comes in just priorities. That's about it. So if your priority is in a certain way, you will be able to manage your time somehow. For example, let's just say you're moving around with your business and all that, so that is your priority right now. So that's why things have switched up a little bit, you see. With most people out there, let's just say it says like what you said, by the time you eat, come home and all that's 11 p.m. So my advice would be, you don't have to, no one's asking you to train 5 to 7 times a week. No, make it 3 times a week. If it's 3 times a week, you already have your Saturday and Sunday sorted out. That's one. And then you can just take one more day during the weekday. Just wake up 1 or 1.5 hours earlier before you go to work. You don't have to train for 1 hour straight. No, you can also do it in 30 minutes. So it comes down, that's how you work around your schedule, you see. So the reality of life is everyone has 24 hours in a day. Correct? The difference is someone who doesn't really make it is the one who kind of uses or makes excuses like, oh no, I don't have the time for the day. No, sorry, but you just don't make the time for it. It's two very different things. When I was a student as well, I had that struggle. So I decided, okay, my priority at the time is my studies, but at the same time, equally, I need to train. Because it keeps me sane, it pumps my brain a lot more, and I study a lot more better as well. So I looked at it like that. So the more fit I was, the more escalated my studies was as well. I do much better like that. So when I started working, like when I did my internship and all that, same case scenario. So I would go take the train station from Subang, KTM, LRT, then all the way to KL Central, then all that shit lah. And the funny thing is, I realized it was damn tiring. But one thing is, by the time I got home, most days would be about 8 p.m. I would just pack my gym bag, okay, because I would park my car in the Subang KTM. And immediately after work, just get in my car, reach Subang, take the drive, straight go to the gym. I wouldn't even go home first because I know once I go home, I will probably I'll waste another half an hour to 1 hour.
Yeah.
So it's a waste of time. So I find wherever I can save time and maximize my time.
Yeah.
For in some cases, in some people, when they tell me, bro, I get stuck in traffic for 2 hours when I leave at 5. Yeah, if you're living in KL and Subang, no shit, in PJ, Cheras and all this, you're going to get stuck. So instead, if you're working somewhere nearby, you can get a gym, enroll in a gym nearby because you can maximize that 2 hours. And once you're done with the gym, you're probably going to skip traffic, go home a lot more earlier, and you're going to feel a lot more better about yourself. So you can look at it in terms of how you can work around it. So with a lot of people, again, like I said, it comes down to priorities because at the end of the day, if you really want it, you will find a way no matter what.
I agree with that. I think even with me, like we've talked about like consistency, like how Joshua has been consistent on or how I've been consistent on. I realized that I have had phases, and you know this, I've had phases where I've been very consistent. I've had phases where I'm like, like not so consistent, but it's not like I'm not coming at all.
Yeah.
Then I have phases where like I've not been to the gym for like months or 1 or 2 months. The times when I've not come at all, yes, work, this and that or whatever not. But for the most part, I know that when I've been consistent as hell, it's because at that time, working out, whatever is my goal at that point, like losing this amount of weight or this amount of fats or putting on this amount of muscles, has been priority. Like I wake up every day thinking about that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And that has been when I've been the most consistent. So not to say the excuses are invalid, because excuses are there because it is people's lifestyle. But if you're sitting out there wondering why I don't think I have that, I really want to, I don't think I have the time, very high chances are, there might be exceptions, is that you probably don't want it so bad enough yet. Like
That's
you don't want it
yeah.
as badly yet.
Yeah.
So, and I can tell you from experience, and I might not be the best sort of case study here in terms of my lifestyle and all that, is that when you really badly want it, you will somewhat, you might not be able to make it happen for 1 hour a day, but you will try to make it even happen at least like 15 minutes a day, and you'll think like that is enough at least.
Yeah.
I did, instead of doing 0, I did like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I think this comes down to like when you were like when you're going down the stairs, you could have easily just said, okay, I can't go out. It's illegal for me to go out and,
But you found a way because you really wanted it.
So even though it was risky for you to go down the stairs and, guards might come in and, complain and stuff, at that point you really wanted it. Granted, you also had the time because of a lockdown and everything. But not to blame or shame anyone who is not motivated enough or doesn't make the time. But from experience of like 4 years or so doing this, I know for a fact, because I've been on both ends. I've been very motivated. I've been just enough motivated where it's like sometimes I show up, sometimes I don't show up, and I've been completely not motivated at all, where I just disappear for a bit. It really comes down to how badly you want it, and when you want it very badly, you will make adjustments to your life otherwise, even in the slightest, to try to fit it in. And
not everybody who wants to work out, or everybody who's supposed to work out, not everybody wants to have like a
six
like
pack,
a six pack
or a huge chest
or
and
a
stuff
great
like that.
body. Not everybody wants to look like KIRTAN.
Correct.
Some of them now look like Joshua also, right?
yeah, and Taneshh. Say my name also lah.
Okay. I think the point is, I think what I am trying to get to also is, I think based on just pure personal experience, someone like me, and I'm being very honest here, I don't need to work out. Like what I mean by that is I don't gain anything out of it in the sense of value, external values. Meaning, I used to think like this before. I used to think losing weight, looking a certain way, gets me attention, because that's what most people think, right? Okay, if I look like, if I look good, if I wear nice, if I look like I have a lot of muscles, girls might like me. Or
only guys end up liking you.
That's true story.
when I was very younger, like you think, you're more attractive. That's what I'm trying to say. You're more attractive when you work out. That used to be a misconception, but that used to be for a lot of people. That's the reason why they work out, right? And then, so I used to think like that, but over the years, obviously with the fame or with people knowing you and with the work that you do, with the money that used to come from that, eventually the perception sort of like I went over it. Meaning I thought, hey, you know what? I don't need to work out. I don't need to look a certain way. I still get noticed. I still get attention. People still come up to me. People still think I am desirable or attractive, whatever that nonsense is. So at this point, I see it and I said, all the reasons why I wanted to work out, I don't have it right now. But I still want to work out.
Yeah.
And why I realize is that the impact it has on you as a human being, meaning from a mental or physical level, where
Completely on an internal level.
on internal
Nothing to
level,
do with external,
cause, to be honest, I don't want to look like Kirtan, to be very honest, because I don't want to have a six pack. It would be nice to have it, but I don't want to have it. I don't want to look.
You don't feel like you need to get
Correct.
it. Yeah.
This is what Kirtan says you can't have it also. but what I'm trying to say is, but I realize now my motivation to working out is just purely from a confidence level. From being able to commit to something, being able to feel better about what I can do on a daily basis. I watched this video on TikTok the other day. I'm sure some of you all would have come across it. It's all about it's about building trust. It's not about building trust with someone else. It's about building trust with you.
Yeah.
For example, and I saw this very, very beautifully put in that video. Someone asked a friend. So I'm gonna do it right now also. For example, if I made a pact with you, say Taneshh, today onwards, every day we're gonna go to the gym.
Okay.
And Taneshh says, okay, Machan, we'll go. Say, no, Taneshh, I'm not joking. Every day from today 6 p.m. we're gonna go to the gym.
Let's go.
Okay, so we both decided. Okay, I said, okay. By the way, I'll just go home first. I chill around 5 o'clock. I'll leave. I see you at 6 o'clock downstairs. Okay, ready. 4 o'clock. I message you, Macha, ready? 6 o'clock we're going. You say, okay, Macha, we're all ready. Then 5 o'clock, Macha, you ready or not? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm waiting for you only. Okay. 5:30. You message me. Hey, are you here? I don't reply. 6 o'clock. You go to the gym. Then you call me. Hey, where are you? I didn't pick up. 6:30
I'll call you. Engada rakam.
All the shit, right? Then I said I didn't reply. Then about 8 o'clock I messaged you, Macha, I'm so sorry. I didn't wake up. Slept off. He said, it's okay lah. Tomorrow we'll see lah. Hey, but don't worry. Tomorrow 6 p.m. And then tomorrow same thing happens. You reach at 6 o'clock. I don't turn up.
You MIA.
Wednesday, but you're there. You're there. 7 o'clock. Wednesday you do the same thing. I'm 6 o'clock. I'm not there. Now you're there. You're there.
Yeah.
You're there at 6 o'clock, but I'm not there. Do you trust me after that?
Not really.
And then obviously over a period of time, if I repeat that same thing, do you trust that?
No, I probably wouldn't even call you.
But your perception towards me is you don't give a fuck anymore, right? You will
wouldn't
never
be friends with you.
And on a random or a complete opposite note, I said, hey, next month I've got this business plan that I wanna do. I think you'd be a great partner for it. Would you like to come in and for an interview?
Macha, sorry, the line breaking.
And even that business plan can be a fucking game changer. He wouldn't trust me because your perception towards me as a person is he doesn't keep his words.
Yes.
Right. Now, same concept. Change Joshua and Taneshh to Taneshh and Tanesh's mind.
Yeah.
So Tanesh's mind says, you know what? This month onwards, I'm gonna go to gym. But then physically you don't go.
Yeah.
Then your mind says, never mind lah. Tomorrow we go. Tomorrow's the body lah. I don't wanna go lah. Over time, your own mind loses trust on you.
Yeah. You lose trust. Basically, you lose trust on
yourself.
Yeah.
And that's not by any other reasons. It is your internal mind loses trust on. Or you're not going to be able to do it.
When you can put your mind to doing something, but you won't actually get it done because
your mind doesn't actually. Your own mind, your own inner self doesn't want to trust you.
Yeah.
And that will reflect on your other work. For example, next month on a complete, not workout related, not fitness related, you want to write a video, and you want to come out with a script. Your mind automatically says, you're not going to be able to pull that off because that's not your cup of tea or whatever, right? That way of putting it sort of completely changed my mind because I realized how can I expect someone else to trust me to do something where I can't trust myself? Where so that's the things I realize. I'm a motivations to push myself to the gym sometimes. I realize that
it's a very, very good point because I think when it came to you as well, when you did that 70-80 kg weight loss and all, I think that's what you've always been a confident person, but that's what gave you
that pushed the scale of the charts.
And it told you that you can do whatever the hell you put your mind to after that, because again, like you said, however long was that period where you lost that 70-80 kgs initially, that told you that if you really put your mind to it, you can actually get it done no matter how crazy it seems. And then that carried over to other stuff like your work. And at one point you took the plunge of quitting your day job. that paid you monthly on a more stable level to go into business, which is a ocean that you can never predict what's going on, because you told yourself that if I put my mind to it, similar to how I did when I did my weight loss, I can get it done. I know I have the strength. The funny part
is I wasn't even going to that level of thinking.
Yeah.
At the point, like, no, I can get this done. I can turn up. Like, it's okay. It's not even just the losing weight. To be very honest, if I'd gone to the gym every day and still lose 10 rather than 70 kgs, what would have mattered to me is I turned up every day. The number of weight was just more of like a nice number to, like, as a content I talk to people. Yeah. But me being accountable every day, I realized, if I can turn up at the gym every day, I'm sure even if in my job, in my work, there's a problem, I can turn it up and every day and fix it.
Correct.
I can sort stuff out.
And it doesn't necessarily have to, consistency doesn't necessarily have to be every day. If it's 3 times a week, it's not fine. Even same days, it could be different days. But if you look back 5, 6, this is me telling probably this to myself for the most part. You look back like 3 months from on and you realize that every week for the last 3 months, you went 3 times a week. It was different days, but you went 3 times a week without fail every single week. That also gives you that same level of trust in yourself, because when you committed to that, where you never
once you came up with an excuse and said, I'll take a break for a while. Mm-hmm. If your mind trusts you at least like about 10-15% more, that changes everything else
into every other.
Because as I say, it's not about building trust with someone else, it's about yourself building trust with you. Because that trust me, that changes everything.
And here's the thing, okay, because when it comes to how you trust yourself, trust is always earned.
Yeah.
Yes, and your level of confidence increased because it was evidence based. Yeah. That means you showed up is one thing, but even though every day you showed up, eventually it also paid off.
Yeah.
So you had the evidence to back up with your level of confidence on top of that. So eventually you had that particular principle that you had or you built within you, that trait, you could take it with anything else you do with life.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to preach with a lot of people out there as well. Because when it comes to training, for you to look a certain way, you got to eat a certain way. You got to do certain things to look like that. No one's fucking born looking fit and shit like that, right? And that's what I wanted to bring up also in terms of progress. When it comes to progress, it's not just, you don't measure progress just through physical manners, You can look at it from a very mental point of view as well. Some people measure progress through strength. Some people is more towards like cardio based, like I said, maybe you can run a marathon and all that. Not everyone needs to have a 6-pack. It doesn't work like that because everyone has different preferences, Just like what Joshua said, he doesn't need a 6-pack.
Yeah.
He's confident where he's at because he knows, okay, I was at this point in my life once. Now I'm already up here. I've done this for myself and I've improved on myself in so many ways, and that's progress. Correct. That's huge progress for me because I started off skinny. So when I got fit, for me, that is my level of progress. Correct. And that's what I was chasing and striving after. So when it comes to training and all that, it's not really just about how you look specifically, but it's more of the traits you build that comes together with it, The level of discipline, consistency, commitment, being dedicated to something, having a vision of maybe how you want to look. In your head, I'm pretty sure at that time when you were about to lose the weight, you had that vision like, fuck, I need to look like this. I need to look like this. I need to look like this. You kept manifesting it at the back of your head. Eventually it happened because you showed up every day, right? A lot of people, the problem is they're not even willing to start because when they see certain something, let's just say online or what, and they get motivated for a bit and they get pumped up, shit. But by the time they scroll to the next shit, they lose that level of motivation because they're not willing to act on it. They're not willing to execute it because the work is hard.
Correct.
It's not easy. Correct. Okay, but it's very doable. That's the thing. But a lot of people, they just rather be in their comfort zone. Most of us were always in our comfort zone at one point in our life. That's how we start from somewhere, correct? Yeah. You were in your comfort zone in your 20s. I was in my comfort zone in my teens. So were you as well, right? And eventually we took that leap of faith. You know what? I saw this. I wanna work towards that. I wanna look a certain way. I wanna have this lifestyle. Yeah. And for me, training, like I said, all the traits just now I mentioned, discipline, consistency and all that. The crazy part is it taught me literally that, okay, because the gym and all that, right, you can hire the best trainer in the world. But I tell this to all.
But
and
someone
but the truth is, you can hire the best trainer in the world. And I tell this to all my clients, 99.9% of the work is still done by you, not by me. I can only educate you, guide you, and just share my knowledge and experiences, with the people I've trained and also myself. But at the end of the day, you are lifting the weights, not me. You are putting the food in your mouth, not me. You are the one who's going to sleep, not me. I'm not doing any of that for you. Yeah. I'm just helping you and guiding you. Correct. That's it, you see. So that's why I love fitness a lot. Not just gym stuff, any form of physical fitness. That's why I have a lot of respect for athletes and all these things because the work that is required behind it is hard.
Correct.
These days, if you're in your uni, you get a degree, the truth is you can go ChatGPT and get your assignment done. You can pay someone else to do it for you. That's the reality of it. But when it comes
not now studying, man.
Yeah,
you young generations are lucky, privileged.
Yeah, but there's a way around it. But when it comes to your physical
side of it,
to your physical side of it, there's no way around it, unfortunately. You see, even if you're a national athlete, you're a footballer. No, nobody. And I'll start up a new one. We'll see how it works.
Right?
It's a good idea. Right? Don't copy the idea.
Say it on the
I'll
podcast and
trademark
say,
it now
don't
itself.
copy the idea. lah.
But yeah, okay, so that's the cool part about
Yeah,
training
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So to anyone out there, if you're looking to start, okay, here's the thing. Just start. Don't overthink it. Don't get anxious. Oh, what if? Dude, just take one step
Think
at
of
a time.
today, and then tomorrow think of today again, and then the next day think of today
and
again.
the
that's how
reality
you
of
get
it is, people always think, oh, okay, there's a 10-step procedure here. I know step 1, but I don't know what is step 7, 8, 9, 10.
Just
Dude,
do fucking
chill the
step one
fuck out
first.
and just start with step 1, and then you will eventually find out step 2.
Yeah.
That's how it goes with everything and anything in life.
Even in life, I think this is the last boomer wisdom that I want to part with, right?
in this episode.
In this particular episode, because I'll just do this at the office later. The last boomer advice that I want to part with is this: if I will never trust someone, I can never expect someone to trust me if I don't trust myself.
100%.
That is as simple as and that's something that, to be very honest, I used to suffer a lot. I used to think I've got all this creative energy in me. I've got all this, thoughts. I feel like I was born to do something else. Why am I stuck in a typical, sorry to use this word, but that's truth. Like there's this thing called Indian mentality. We think as an Indian, I can only do this much in this country, or as an Indian, I'm allowed to do certain things only, or as an Indian, I can't earn more than this. Is that mentality that some of us have? Maybe if you don't, I did at one point. I used to think I was only meant to do this much, not above. And I used to be very angry at the world. I used to think, why can't anyone see what I have? Why can't anyone understand that I'm able to do this, able to do that? How come my bosses couldn't know that? Didn't realize that I was better than that person, but that person is getting all the privilege. It could be any other reasons. Even be down to the basic relationship point of view. Like I used to look at guys and with other people, and I'm like, hey, why is that girl liking him? Why am I not as good as? Why am I not that person that she's with? Very young girl. But what I'm trying to say is, I used to feel that the world owed me a living, which is not wrong, because sometimes you do. It's okay to feel like you deserve more. But I realized none of that made any sense, because I don't think my own self trusted me enough. I thought I was supposed to just look like 175 kgs obese person rest of my life. I'd rather be the class clown all the time. I'd rather be someone that, it's okay if people made fun of me. I'm okay. It's okay if people thought I was the clown all the time. It's okay. Because I didn't trust myself enough. Then I realized, if I don't trust myself enough, I can no way go up to someone and say, hey, allow me to do this. Trust me, I can do this video. I can write a damn good script. I can produce something well. I can direct. I can act. I can make people laugh. No one ever would believe in me if I didn't believe in myself. So same thing, same logic goes to fitness. We can always sit down and give excuses. I can't do this. I got that. I got this. My parents don't allow me to go out on a run. My mother thinks if I work out, my body will become shorter. I've heard people say that. Again, if you all we have is why the world doesn't trust me. Correct. But I don't think we have given enough reasons why you should trust yourself. So I would never have respect over someone who doesn't trust themselves. So better lah.
Speaking of all this, if you feel like, you know what, I have a genuine excuse why I can't do this, put it in the comment section. Kirtan will tell you how you can get around that excuse. So if you say, I cannot do, like you said, I cannot go and work out because my parents don't let me go out for a run. They don't allow me to. I can't afford to go to the gym, or they are not willing to pay for my gym membership, or this or that.
And those are not excuses. That's unfortunate challenges that you have.
Around, right? But if you feel like that's what's stopping you, okay, and you don't know how to fix it or how to get past it, put it in the comment section. Kirtan, because he's a PT, or maybe me if I have the time, we will let you know what maybe you could do. Kirtan probably has heard a lot of different excuses or challenges people have had to work out and stuff like that to get into fitness. So he probably has figured out a lot of solutions for them.
Yes,
he will do this a little bit. I know you charge for your services, but for ChillNSpill audiences,
of course.
Promo code.
Just drop your comments below.
Put it in the comment section. Only in the comment section.
Try to help out.
You try to slide into Kirtan's DMs or just by using this excuse.
He went to a palace and brought home a queen.
That's
so
right.
The queen will reply you.
All right, so I think let's wrap up.
Wait, how long has the video been so far?
58 minutes.
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
So let's wrap up this episode here. I just wanted to also say one quick thing to end it. A lot of times people find like fit people sexy and attractive, not just because of physical looks. It's also because it shows that they have discipline, that they take care of themselves and shit like that. So if your goal is to purely attract the opposite sex or the same sex, whichever you prefer, all this will help. okay.
But even if you're not fit and you still think you want to attract people, look at me. I'm very attractive.
All right. Quick thing also, let's not go into it, but we talked a lot about weight loss. We didn't talk much about putting on weight. A lot of people struggle to put on weight.
We will do another episode on this because there's a lot of things I really want to cover as well when it comes to the fitness side of things, nutrition, training and all these things as well. This one is more of like a bit more, I guess it's a little bit more general.
Yeah.
But we use a lot more of our personal experiences as well and how you can work around it.
We have more experience in losing weight rather than putting on weight.
Like they lost a lot more fat. I'm the one who did the opposite, which is kind of gained the weight as well. So I didn't really share that side of it. But we will do it on another episode, I think. Correct. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the takeaway here is, guys, just work on yourself. That's the end goal. It's pretty simple. Train. Why train? Not specifically in the gym, like I said. Just work on yourself. Correct. Turn yourself into an asset. Upskill yourself in every way you can. If you're in your teens, 19, 18, 17, there's no better time to start. If you're in your 20s, do it. If you're in your 30s, still do it. If you're in your 40s, it's still not too late, do it. But if you're in your 50s, it's not too late at all, trust me, because my mom is training as well, you know. And it all comes down to just you. It's never too late, but start. The younger you are, the better. Why? Lesser responsibilities, lesser commitments. You can work on yourself even more. Upskill yourself. And trust me, the principles that you get from it is hard work. You got to get your fucking hands dirty for this shit, correct?
Correct.
And there's no way around it. Trust me, you'll be far ahead in front of everyone else from there itself. And then you apply that same thing to your business, work, life, relationship, all that. Most of it will normally succeed or you'll find a way out of it no matter what. Okay?
Yep. So that is the episode on fitness and all that. If you want to go do cardio but you're bored, well, listen to this podcast on all your platforms.
Baby, let's go.
Yeah, we are 1 hour. Just listen to us. Spotify, Google, what's the other one? Apple Podcast or whatever it is. Or if you have YouTube Premium, you can listen. 1 hour gone just like that. You've done your cardio. You've listened to us. Click on the subscribe button and all that shit. What are you admiring him for?
No,
tell what they need to do.
Recovery. Recovery massage.
Subscribe to our page. Follow our social media. No, just shut up and admire him. I'll do this. Follow our Chill and Spill podcast pages. Follow me, Taneshh, KIRTAN and Joshua Michael on our social media to see what we are up to.
Exactly.
And
we'll see you guys in the next one.
Correct.
Joshua, thank you for coming over.
You're most welcome, sir. It's fantastic to be back in Chill and Spill.
Season 2, baby.
Should we have him again on for season 2?
This is what you'll say, and every fucking and then go to some
cancel you.
Cancel him, and then we'll
season 3 you bring him.
Season 3.
Okay. Fair.
Alright, thank you so much, guys. This is Taneshh.
This is KIRTAN.
This is Joshua Michael.
And this is Chill and Spill Podcast.